Howdy folks, Charlie here from Christmas on Crestline. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for tuning in to a bit of a how-to episode. Really, it's more of a slash behind the scenes, a recommendation type of episode. Today we're going to talk about how I project Santa Claus, dancing reindeer, gingerbread man, you have it, through this plexiglass to give the illusion that Santa's hard at work in his workshop. Take a few minutes and show you how I do a projection through my Santa Claus house. Most folks do windows inside their own house. That doesn't work out for me because I have so many Christmas lights and props in front of my windows. So instead I built a Santa Claus house complete with plexiglass to show a holographic image through to folks who come by and see my Christmas light show. And you can do a bunch of different stuff. I do movie clips from Elf. I do movie clips from just a bunch of different movies. I do fireplace scenes. It kind of depends on the day. For New Year's Eve, I'll do a New Year's Eve countdown. I do a lot of dancing Santa Clauses, a lot of dancing gingerbread man, dancing elves. I do a bunch of neat different things. So how's it all set up? Let me take you around back and I'll show you how I have my projector set up for my Christmas light folks. So the model that I use is the FX projector. This is designed specifically, this is the model you'll see in your big box stores, in your hardware stores every Christmas. That comes with a thumb drive that's pre-made already with different scenes for many different holidays. New Year's, Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, Memorial Day. They have a bunch of different themes in there, a bunch of different little 8 to 30-second videos that are already pre-programmed. What's nice about the USB that this comes with is it's not locked. You can still write to it. So I will go and grab different snippets of different movies or different little cartoon things that are neat. I'll even use some Christmas on Crestline commercials, intros and outros, and I'll show them up here. And I'll throw in the fireplace scene and different fun things for different, all ages. We're gonna get, I got a neighbor down the street that he's 5 years old now, but he really likes the dancing gingerbread. So every year, even though I'm not a fan of him, I'll leave the dancing gingerbread man in just for him. But it does allow you to do a bunch of neat things. Now, this is the back side of my Santa Claus house. Obviously, it is not closed. I do tarp it to keep the weather out. And the projector simply goes right here. So this is just a makeshift shelf that I put up here. The screws are here in place. We've been having a lot of earthquakes lately, 3.9, 4.0 earthquakes, enough to rattle and shake and knock things off. So I have these screws here so I can do this all in the dark. I don't want to backlight myself in here to the 3-year-olds and the 5-year-olds who are outside and know this to be Santa Claus's house, and I know that's Santa Claus's house because I see Santa Claus right there. I don't want to ruin that for him by having a shadow of a guy in here. So I have this set up to where I know this is always going to be in here. It's always going to be perfectly aligned to the screen, and no one will ever know that I'm in here. This is just kind of the setup I have. Like I said, if you haven't watched my episode yet of how I make this is made, the Santa Claus house is made and designed to be put up by one person and take down by one person. Takes me, I think, 4 hours usually. Sometimes, depends on the weather, sometimes 3 hours. But mostly 4 hours to dismantle this and take it down for the year. But this is something that I've just reused every single year. So it's just an easy way to do things in the dark and keep everything consistent. One thing that's really nice about the Windows FX projector is it's specifically designed to use for holidays. Your normal projectors are just designed to use for in-home theater. This is designed for holidays. So it does come already with this. This is probably 6x4 sheet of, well, it's not silk, but it is very fine. It's pretty much like I don't know if it's a paper, if it's a plastic, but it's kind of in between there. So I have this mounted plexiglass on the outside. This is on here, and I keep it tight by, I staple these. And when I remove them, I don't just rip it out. I take my time and remove the staples without ripping the cloth. One thing that is very, very important when you do this, and I have a note written for myself right here on the wall to remind me every year to iron this before I put it up. You want to get all the wrinkles out because the wrinkles will show through. So I iron this every year. Make sure, I don't ever wash it or anything. If you do need to wash it, just towel, soap, water, you're good. So you can wash it if it gets muddy, you drop it on the ground or whatever. But take your time and iron this very, very low setting, lots of steam, but iron this to get it nice and smooth before you hang it. And when you hang it tight and taut. You don't want there to be any creases in here at all. You want it nice and tight to give a nice illusion that there is Santa Claus 3D coming at you. Alright, so when you turn your machine on, it's going to go to that white Windows FX screen real quick. Then it's going to give you the option, do you want movie, do you want slideshow, do you want music? We want movie. So we're going to go up here to the blue, click OK. Then we want videos, click OK on that. We want Christmas or Halloween? We want Christmas. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to come over here, I'm going to click on vertical. Then I'm going to highlight each and every one of these folders. So these are all the folders that I want to show. Some of these are dancing gingerbread, some of these are dancing elves, a little bit of everything. Santa Claus is in there. So when you turn it on, you're going to have this first preview screen come on. So that's going to stay like that until you hit play. So you hit play on your remote control and boom, you got it going. One key thing here, and this is something you do on your remote control. I have Santa's Workshop backwards. If I just had Santa's Workshop where it read okay to you and me right now, well, it'll be backwards to the folks out front. So when we have it backwards out back here, it's going to read normally to the viewer on the other side of the screen. This also comes with a timer that you can get to by hitting the remote control, the menu button on the remote. So we'll hit the menu button. And we're going to go over to sleep timer. This goes from 30 minutes all the way up to 6 hours. We're going to hit the 6 hour button because we want this to go for till about midnight tonight. It's about 6 p.m. right now. Then to back out, you just go menu. And this is going to simply repeat through all of the folders that I had on there. If you're someone who's always been curious about how does a projector actually work for a Christmas light show, I hope today kind of give you some insight, some education on that. I'll leave a link down in the description below of the one that I use. If you want to get upgrades or whatever, you can as well. But if you want the one that I have, easy to find, I'll leave a description down in the I'll leave a link down in the description below. If you already have a projector or if you've used one in the past for your Christmas light display, leave a comment down below and let folks know what the pros and cons of using a projector as you see it are. What was your favorite thing to project? All that kind of good stuff. Shout out today goes to Glenn Anderson. Glenn, he went to patreon.com. He typed in Christmas on Crestline, and he is our newest Patreon member. So he will have his name at the end of all of our episodes. So that's kind of neat. So Glenn, I appreciate you coming aboard and supporting Christmas on Crestline. That's very, very neat and kind of you, and welcome to the Patreon family. He's going to get access to all behind the scenes stuff that we don't put on YouTube, some Patreon only footage. Some scenes that I did not release to YouTube for our Christmas light actual display. He'll have access to that now as well. So next week's episode, what do we got for next week? Well, in our behind the scenes episode, I had a woman come on. She said, hey, she commented and said, hey, how do you keep Christmas lights in a straight line on your roof? So I'm gonna film an episode about that. Never ever hesitate to comment and ask me anything. I'm here as a resource for you for your Christmas light show and display. If I don't know, I'm gonna tell you I don't know, but if I do know, I have no problem filming a quick episode and answering that question for you. I do it all the time. So that's it for today. I'm Charlie. I hope you liked today's episode, folks. I'll see you in the next video.